Hi, my name is Dusty Wax, and I'm a European singer and fire dancer. Both my parents are artists, so inevitably I ended up following their path, becoming a dancer and a singer. I have a professional study from London in arts and acting. And I have been playing with fire for 15 years basically, and studying music for 22 years, since I was 7 years old. About 5 years ago, I started to perform with fire at my first tattoo conventions following fetish events. I believe that tattoo and piercing world and the fetish world have some links together, they have some bonds. They're not part of the same world, but they're together. And about 5 years ago, because of my friends, because of the people that I was hanging out with, I ended up doing my first gigs. And it's been 5 years now that I'm working professionally in the fetish environment and working for Wasteland and other amazing venues that I'm so proud to be part of. So as a woman, my relationship with the freedom of expression and the bodily freedom of expression is very strong. Growing up in an Italian environment, which is usually quite Catholic-based, or we tend to restrain what women have to do and what women have to say. So in my family, being a family of artists, everything was always allowed. So it's been very important for me to come through with this, to kind of show this equality between female and male and say, you know what, you can, as long as you're not hurting anyone, you should be free to do whatever you want, I think. When I'm on stage as a performer, it's like home. It's really like home. I couldn't be anywhere else. It's pure love and pure gratefulness for the place that you are. However, when I come off stage, I'm usually really self-critical, but the stage is everything to me. The stage is home. It's really the place where my parents brought me up. I work with needles, I work with fire, I work with singing, and they're all things that don't really match together, because you don't usually see singers doing piercing and doing fire. But every art form completes me in a different way. So when I'm singing, I'm in a zone. When I'm doing fire, I'm in another place. Like every art form brings me in a different mindset. So when I'm playing with fire, I'm at home. I'm really at home. I've been doing it for 15 years, so I'm just, the devil that's inside me is coming out. Everything is released. When I'm singing, it's a little bit more introverted. When I'm singing, I'm very focused on what's going on inside of my mind. Piercing and needles, again, similar to fire, it's just a release of tension. It's just this feeling of adrenaline mixed with relaxation, which is really weird, but they do go together. And so piercing, fire, wax, again, candle wax is very similar to piercing. I think I swing between arts that make me feel like I'm meditating. It just feels like a meditation. It feels like you're zoned out, nothing else exists, whether I'm singing, whether I'm doing piercing or fire. They're all things that came to me somehow, and they make me zone out completely. I've been taking inspiration from so many artists in my life. My passage started with singing, so I have a very strong musical background. I love artists from Etta James to Narcotech, which is like techno. And I like to mix genres. I like the idea that you can make jazz with techno, and I'm always thinking about future music. On the arts form, me and many other artists, I'm sure, are so inspired by artists like Fuel Girls or Kat Von D, or mainly female figures that will show me the strength that we can bring out. But the erotic value that comes out when I perform is very different in every art form that I give. So for example, when I'm singing, in my mind, there's almost no erotic value, but apparently what the audience or what the feedback is that because you're making music is like making love. So even though you're not feeling erotic, there's something still connecting and still very loving and still very sexual of it. Whereas when I perform with fire and when I perform with piercings and bondage and things, those acts are very specific to portray sexuality as a positive thing, to show that women are able to be empowered and to show a part of themselves that we've been scared to bring out for many, many years. I grew up 8 years in Holland, and Holland is so different than my country of origin, than Italy. The mentality is really different, and a lot of things that we find an issue, it's not an issue for them. So I think, you know, my relationship to the erotic side of what I do is just the embracement, just embracing the erotic female body. I loved Ritual so much. It's been such an honor to perform here. I've been following Ritual for so many years, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be here.